Davidson International Baccalaureate Middle School, representing North Carolina. Please come up.
Hello, and welcome to the 250th anniversary of the Showcase of Contemporary Cities. We here in Mamohatra are so proud to be hosting this city-sharing convention, which began as a byproduct of the middle school design competition, Future Cities. We will begin the city presentations with a brief overview of our infrastructure, services, and social systems, and then open the showcase to the other cities.
Since Mamohatra was envisioned and planned by engineers, it developed very quickly. Engineers created effective systems to fill all of the developing city's needs. With a firm base in these innovative systems, Mamohatra grew for the fertile soil of a subsistent society. Mamohatra, meaning to revive in the language of Malagasy, lives up to its name by reviving the broken infrastructure and environment of Madagascar.
Back in 2010, Madagascar was losing a lot of its topsoil to erosion, and it was managing its natural resources ineffectively. We began our agriculture program to reclaim the soil and salvage the rainforest. Agricultural engineers identified two related problems: erosion due to deforestation, and the subsequent lack of topsoil. After careful research, the engineers decided to use hydroponics to eliminate erosion and to compost agricultural byproducts in order to create new topsoil. We derive cellulose from our plants to create cellulosics, a construction material used in most of our buildings. To make our agriculture system as effective as possible, we added a fish farming procedure. Fish eat some of the produce, and their waste fertilizes the crops.
Our water system, used throughout the city from residential to agricultural areas, purifies water through a mixture of reverse osmosis filters and Escherichia E. coli, genetically modified waste-eating bacteria. Waste that cannot be reused is turned into useful materials by either plasma gasification or living machines. In plasma gasification, a concentrated arc of electricity pulls plasma out of the air, transforming waste into syngas, used to power a fuel cell. In living machines, liquid waste is fed into a controlled ecosystem in which layers of organisms slowly decompose it.
Mamohatra is proud of CARE, Community Adaptable Refugee Establishment, the city's transitional housing for those in need. When designing CARE, materials engineers had to find a material that could be easily made out of readily available resources. They decided on agri-waste, a compound made of agricultural byproducts and beach sand. To strengthen the structure, they packed agri-waste onto a lightweight carbon fiber frame, equipped with nanosensors that send electromagnetic wavelengths throughout the walls that measure density, thickness, and the overall health of the bricks, notifying engineers when exactly repairs or replacement is needed. Instead of using permanent interior walls and doors, CARE incorporates a sliding screen system. CARE can house up to 15,000 residents.
Not only is our city well designed, it's also attractive, fun, and interactive. As our city is located between the coast and the mountains, our citizens enjoy boating, hiking, skiing, swimming, and other recreational activities. An entertainment building located near the coast contains museums and virtual reality and is surrounded by a series of parks. Smart walls, located within every building in our city, are connected to the communication system. Together, these technologies provide pleasing indoor and outdoor aesthetics for our citizens.
Education, health, and safety in our city provide high-quality services through a series of community centers. With the community-based curriculum of our schools, problem-solving students not only learn, but apply what they've learned. Our healthcare system uses stem cell technology and organ printing, and overcomes physical handicaps through electric reanimation. The durability of our safety system prevents the harming of citizens and their possessions, and adapts to many emergency situations, including fire and theft. Each community center is built around a central recreational park.
The systems within our city cannot interact without a quick communication system. Signals are received on a wrist-mounted interface and can also be rerouted to smart walls that use nanotechnology to act as large screens. Our network uses Wi-Fi, amplified by intercity stations for speed, and also uses lasers for long distances. To reduce congestion, we apply a quantum system with multiple internets. The communication center in the industrial sector of the city manages the system.
Our energy system uses the natural resources of water, wind, and sunlight. We use maglev wind turbines. turbines which levitate their blades through magnets and can individually harvest enough energy to power 700,000 homes. Hydrokinetic turbines and solar tiles also harvest energy, creating a surplus, which we sell to other cities. We distribute our energy by encoding it into electromagnetic waves, eliminating the use of power lines and ensuring that each of our systems gets the energy it needs.
Our transportation system works on many levels to provide fast and safe forms of commute for our citizens. Most citizens travel using a high-speed maglev train powered by nanoflowers. Supercapacitors which store massive amounts of energy. Personal transportation is provided by a series of small electric cars, also powered by nanoflowers. Our citizens travel internationally in vehicles and vessels which use blended wing body design and supercavitation in order to capitalize usage of energy.
The air and seaport is Mamahatra's Center for International Transport and Trade. Its runways and docks are on an artificial island, which passengers access through an underwater shuttle. Freight connects to Mamahatra's underground shipping system, Subspeed, through an underwater link. Within the city, Subspeed connects to every building and delivers items far and wide.
While incorporating the efficient technologies of the present to create a clean, safe, fun, and sustainable city, Mamohatra has attracted people of all races and backgrounds through care. With the efficiency and accuracy of its systems, Mamohatra has advanced to be one of the most innovative cities in the year 2346.
As this year's host of the Showcase of Contemporary Cities, we hope you've enjoyed this glimpse of our city infrastructure and innovations. Now we'd like to open the showcase to the other cities. Thank you for your time.
Excellent presentation, thank you. You've got a central building in your model where the city is controlled, a big computer that you described that controls everything. Is there redundancy? What happens if something happens to that system?
We actually have a separate computer system located within a secure facility within the mountain. So if the central computer is destroyed or incapacitated in some way, the city can continue to function using the computer within the mountain.
If you're going to live in this future city that you built, where would you live and why?
I would most likely live in the lower density area right here, which is close to the community centers, because I'd like to have a front yard and a backyard, and I don't really like living in crowded suburban areas.
I would probably live in the apartment buildings right here, and I would live there because I want to be an engineer when I grow up, and it's right next to the high-tech district, so that's where I would probably work.
I would live in the high-wealth residential, because not only is it close to the commercial and resident and recreational centers, it's also near the beach.
How did you decide on what materials to use to build your city?
We researched multiple materials, and we found cellulosics, which is a plastic made from cellulose derived from plants. Today it uses wood pulp, but we could use any plant to find the cellulose. And so instead of using oil, it uses cellulose and combines that with plasticizers to make a plastic-like material. And there's an example of cellulosics.
Cellulosics are very strong, scratch-resistant, and have minor insulation properties.
And we could take cellulosics and make it into sheets and attach these sheets to carbon fiber framework to make most of the buildings in our city.
Thanks.
You talk about transmitting energy throughout the city using electromagnetic waves, and I'm more familiar with using electromagnetic waves to transmit information, radio, television. I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about how you envision this transmitting energy from place to place using electromagnetic waves, and whether there are any safety concerns associated with that.
Well, today there's such thing as a crystal radio, which receives all the power it needs from the waves it receives and transmits. So electromagnetic waves already have energy within them. We assume in the future we could actually encode excess energy onto these waves and send them all around our city, so every aspect of our city is powered. This system already really exists today. For example, we have wireless charging pads where energy is transmitted to devices within close distances. But in the future, we believe that the distance will be sent farther. Also, as for health issues, we beam the energy vertically. It is sent to a satellite and then beamed down over to our city, and there's a no-fly zone in that area, so we can't destroy aircraft or anything with the energy. Also, the energy is not exactly potent. It has about the amount of energy as a cell phone. So there are no really health concerns.
Okay, I had a question about the system that you guys described that was using E. coli. Was that your water purification system?
Yes.
I wanted to know what was the reasoning behind choosing that system, and what are any safety considerations needed for the use of E. coli in a water treatment system?
Escherichia E. coli is used today to clean up oil spills. We actually emailed the man who discovered the cleaning purposes of this bacteria in Switzerland, and he emailed us the day after we sent him the email. And he said that in the future, this bacteria could be genetically modified to clean water on a home level. So he did think that it could be used to filter out water, but as for safety concerns, the bacteria has a very short lifespan that we have genetically modified. So they would die and live and repopulate within 24 hours. Luke?
The bacteria cannot actually pass through the reverse osmosis filters to prevent bacteria from swimming back up the tube from which the waste comes, or from somehow going through the reverse osmosis filters. We use an electromagnetic field that interferes with the bacteria's navigational aspects, forcing them to remain within the system.
How do you manage waste from your city?
We manage waste using two different technologies. For physical waste, or not physical waste, solid waste.
Okay.
We use plasma gasification, and this is our plasma gasification building. And in plasma gasification, a room is heated, and plasma is created, and the waste is sent through this plasma arc, and it creates syngas, which can be transmuted into hydrogen to power a fuel cell. And it also creates a molten silicate, which can create tiles to use in the city.
Also, we use living machines, which is a relatively new technology that uses an artificial ecosystem to eliminate waste. So basically, the principle is one level of organisms would eat the waste and produce their own waste, and then the next level of organisms would eat that organism's waste, and so on and so forth until we eliminate all waste. This technology was used in a company recently where their own waste management system shut down, so they put all of the waste in the living machine, and the living machine was able to deal with that quite easily. And so only now they're realizing the potency of it.
Thank you.
I had one.
When you are called, please come on stage to receive your prizes. We'd like all 5 team members, the 3 students, the teacher, and the engineer mentor to join us here on stage. Our first honorable mention team is Michigan. And now, our second honorable mention team goes to the squad from Minnesota. And now we will announce the third, second, and first place teams. Again, each team, 5 team members, engineer, mentor, teacher, and 3 students, please come up on stage. The third place prize is $2,000 for the school's science and technology program, and it's donated by IEEE USA. Representing IEEE USA is 2010 President Evelyn Hurt. Congratulations, Northern Nevada Regional Champion. Okay, 2 remain. NJ and NC. I know neither one of you want to hear your name called next, but it's going to happen for one of you. But again, tremendous accomplishment to be here at this moment. The second place prize in the 2010 Future City competition is a $5,000 contribution to the Winning Schools Technology Program, and it's donated by the National Society of Professional Engineers, which created eWeek way back in 1951. That's even before I was born. We thank NSPE for their support of the Future City competition and all of the wonderful programs that are a part of Engineers Week each year. Representing the National Society of Professional Engineers is Samuel Grossman, President, and Lawrence A. Jacobson, Executive Director.
Well, it is my pleasure and to join you in congratulating and welcoming to the stage our grand prize winner, North Carolina.
Congratulations, Tar Heels! Thank you very much. North Carolina 2010 Future City Competition National Champion.